Welcome to the Real Estate Scripts Podcast, the show that helps you know what to say when you're talking to buyers and sellers so that you can close more deals and earn more money. I'm Darren Tunstall, a real estate professional, coach, and #1 best-selling author. Let's get into this. Welcome to the Real Estate Scripts Podcast. In this episode, we present a scenario where you, the real estate agent, encounter a for sale by owner sign while driving through a neighborhood. As you stop and engage with the homeowner, our practice script provides valuable dialogue and questions to help you develop your skills in representing such clients. Join us as we dive into the world of real estate negotiations and client representations. Let's get started on this practice session. As a reminder, the purpose of Scripts and Dialogues is to come, learn, practice, and be prepared to fail forward. This is where we make mistakes and help each other out, but we're mostly interested in seeing how we can get better. First, we read through the script word for word, and then we go back and put it into our own natural tone, style, and phrasing. You won't know what to say until you go through the script. So, with that said, many people will say, that's not how I sound, and I totally get it. That's not how you sound. But that is the reason why we practice every day, so that the script becomes you and in your own voice. So, read it word for word first, then go back and put it into your own natural tone, style, and phrasing, and I think it'll work out. All right, so let's do this. So we are working with lead generation for sale by owners, and specifically the script driving by and noticed a for sale by owner sign. And to set the stage, you are driving through the neighborhood. This could be a farm area or just out and about. You see a home for sale by the owner. You stop to ask a few questions. The only requirement is the willingness to stop and talk to the owner, because it takes a little guts to just stop by and say hi. The intention is to represent the homeowner as their real estate agent while being a resource for them should they choose to continue to represent themselves. Pretty simple script. Basically, you're driving through a neighborhood, you see a for sale sign, you stop by, say hi, how can I help? Any questions about this before we get started?
No.
Those questions there, the bullet points, are primarily there specifically just to remind you about a few different things. We don't necessarily have to go through all of them, but they are there just to give us some points to remember.
Okay. So, hi there. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, I saw the sign in your yard. Your home's for sale. My name's Emily. I'm with Keller Williams. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm not listing with an agent though.
Yeah. Just curious. Would you be open-minded to talking about it?
Yeah, I'm always open-minded.
Okay. If I could ask, what do you know about selling your own home?
Well, okay, so you stumped me on the first question. The only thing I know is really just put it up on the market and, hope people drive by. Isn't that what you guys do?
Yeah, we do a little more than that, especially me and my team. But don't worry, I'm here to help you.
Okay.
Okay, if you're open to it. Like
I'm
I said, would you be open-minded to hearing what I could do to sell your home?
Look, I'll be honest with you. I am an open-minded type of person, but here's the thing. I really have an issue with paying someone so much money, especially in a market like today. I mean, I had a couple of friends who sold their house and man, they paid like 60 grand in commissions. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. Why don't I just keep that in my own pocket? And so I don't know, maybe you can help me to understand it a little bit better. Truth is, I don't want to do this, but it's $60,000 and I'm willing to give myself a couple of headaches in order to get that in my pocket.
Right. Well, just out of curiosity, do you know exactly what those realtor professionals did for the friends that you had that sold their home?
No, they just told me how much they paid the agent, so I don't know what they did.
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. Just curious, what's your plan for moving after you sell?
Um, well, I'd like to buy another house, stay local,
Okay.
and I've lived in this house for such a long time. There's so much equity here, and I truthfully I look at this as a way of putting more money in my pocket and getting a new home while I'm in the process of doing it.
Okay. So you're staying local. What's your timeline to move?
Not in a rush. I mean, I'm not really moving in for any other reason other than just money.
Got it. So you're not working with an agent to buy your next home, or are you?
No, I haven't talked to anybody. I mean, there's
Oh, well,
people
I'd
that
love
drop
the
by.
opportunity to help you if you're, open-minded to talking about that too. I can help both. I can help you sell your home. I can market your home. I can get you the most money for the least amount of time and least amount of stress because I do all the work. All you got to do is sit back and look for your next home.
Well, what exactly are you asked me the question, do I know what those other agents are doing? So what exactly are you going to do that is valued at $60,000 in commission or whatever, my home requires to
That's a
sell?
great question. So my answer would be, like I said, I don't know what those other agents did to earn that, quote unquote, but I will market your home. I will sell it at the timeline that you want for the most amount of money and the least amount of stress on you. I will help you to get into your new home. I'm totally willing to help you do that. But for this home, I'll market your home. I'll call other agents that I know in different brokerages because there's more buyers right now than sellers. So you're going to make some money off this house. Okay. Is it paid off?
Not quite. I mean, we have about another 50 grand to go.
See, and that's not much at all. Okay. So I'm going to market your home to other agents. I'm going to go around the neighborhood, let people know your home is for sale. I'm going to help you with any ideas to make it look its best. We're going to take professional photographs. I'm going to put a for sale sign. I'm going to market it on social media. I have a lot of contacts out there. I work for Keller Williams. We have quite a few local offices where it's different brokerages, but still we're still one company where we can reach out to each other and help each other with buyers and sellers. So I have a lot of resources out there to find the right buyer for your home that's willing to pay, pretty much what it's worth. I mean, the market depends on will tell me what your home is worth. And being an expert in this area, I can tell you it's a good listing price. I haven't seen the inside yet, but the homes around here are selling for 825 to 850, which is pretty good. So I don't know what you bought it for. How long have you owned it?
Oh, geez. About 22, 23 years.
Okay, and you owe about 50,000. So I mean, how does that sound if you bring home, what? At least 700,000, right? You pay off the 50, you pay me, you're walking away with around $700, $700,000. Like I said, depending on, I have to see the inside, but I know this neighborhood really well.
Well,
So
that's
I know.
exactly, well, that's exactly what I would want to put in my pocket. It's interesting because
What are you listing it for?
850.
Okay. Okay.
Um, it's
How many
interesting.
offers have you had?
None.
Well, see, I know a lot of people who know a lot of buyers, so I could get it done quick.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
There's, Let me think about how I want to ask this question. So there is 800,000 about, eight, if we sold it for 850 and I paid you your commission,
Mm-hmm.
then I would get, well, you said like 700.
Around there. I mean, I'd have to do the numbers and I put it all out and show you everything's totally transparent. But
Okay. So then I would have that money, and then I would turn around and would 800 grand buy me another house that's like this?
Depends where. I absolutely you could buy another house, but it depends where and what size and what's the lot size and the condition of the home. There's a lot of factors that go into buying another home too.
Yeah, I don't want to do a whole lot of fixing up. Over the last 22 years, I have, done the landscaping. All the water, like drip systems and things like that are already installed. A lot of that stuff. I've owned about three or four different homes now. One, two, three homes now. And, and each time I've had to do stuff like that. And quite frankly, I'm just done,
You're over it.
of doing that kind of stuff. But I'm looking at this, man, I'm looking at
You know
this,
what? I know a great landscaper
yeah.
and he does maintenance. So if you find something that you like, he's very reasonable. He could, help you with that too and maintain it on a monthly or weekly, whatever you want, once a year. If you just want to upgrade it once a year. But I have some great contacts that could help you with that. One guy in particular, his name is Joe.
Joe. Okay. Well, I mean, nowadays I can say that I'm financially in a much better position to be able to hire that kind of stuff out. So, yeah,
Mhm.
you bring up a good point. Well, okay, well, let's take a look at this then. You said you had to run the numbers.
Well, wait, let me tell you something. So you're willing to pay Joe to the professional work for your landscaping, right? Because you don't
Right.
want to do it because you're over that and you're financially comfortable where you can hire a professional to do that job. So shouldn't the same be said for a real estate agent?
Well,
It's kind of the same thing, right? It's just a different
Well, it's more
compartment.
manual labor. The way that I see it, it's more manual labor where I got to get out, dig holes, dig in the dirt. Whereas, selling my house, I don't have to do that. I just put it up
Well,
on
you
the
got to be
market.
home. You got to wait for people to come over, and they might not be pre-qualified. Maybe they're wasting your time just walking through your home, picking through your family pictures. Who knows what they're doing? Going through your medicine cabinet. You don't know if you're talking to one and the other one's in the bedroom. You don't know what's going on. So, doesn't it make sense to hire a professional for that? It's like you wouldn't. Well, maybe you do. Do you fix your own cars or do you take them in to get oil changes? I mean, I know how to change my oil, but I pay someone to do it. But I know how to do it.
Nah, you bring up a good point. I do that for the rest of everything in my life. So yeah. Uh okay.
I don't
You
know. It
bring up
just
a good
makes
point.
sense to
Let
me.
so here's the thing. You bring up a really good point. I do all those things in my life. So having said that, let's talk. You tell me everything that needs to be done or that you can do, and let's talk about numbers. And I'm interested in talking to you about selling my house as
Excellent.
my agent.
Nice. So, tell you what, give me
But I
your
want to see things like I would hire a landscaper or an oil change person. They're going to give me a quote. They're going to give me an estimate. So I want to see these things, something from you that is going to show me what
absolutely.
you're going to do and how much it's
Don't
going to go
worry.
for.
Don't worry. I can do that for you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to send you my marketing plan. I'm going to prepare a net sheet, which is what you'll bring to the bottom line after all the taxes are and commissions are paid and everything else. So tell you what, give me your email. I'm going to send you my presentation.
Okay, it's dkt@darrentunstall.com.
Excellent. Darren, what's your phone number?
619-519-1834.
Okay, got it. Let's see. How about I stop by later today around 4 o'clock and we'll sit down. I'm going to go home. I'm going to do a comparison of the neighborhood and the homes that sold. The market will tell us what to list your home at. And then I'll go over my strategy to get, you know, a lot of buyers looking at your home.
Okay,
4 o'clock's good.
4 o'clock. Let's do it.
Excellent. I'm going to send that off to you in the next hour. And if you have any questions, write them down. We'll go over all that when I come over at 4 o'clock. Can I bring you a coffee, a Starbucks, or anything? Tea?
I'm a, you know what? I'm a tea guy. So bring
I
me a
knew
hot
it.
tea,
I knew
chai
it. That's why I
tea.
said Tea? This guy drinks tea.
I am a tea guy. I'm a chai tea guy. Just, so if you're,
Spicy?
I will never deny a chai tea. So
Okay. I'm
bring
going
it
to bring
on.
a chai tea and I'll see you at 4 o'clock.
Thank you, Emily. Looking forward to seeing you.
Awesome. Thanks for chatting. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Emily.
Too pushy. I would never.
No, 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 not in my opinion.
No,
Let me ask you something. How did you feel about that? You just now said too pushy, but how did you feel about that, honestly?
I felt I was pretending to be more confident than I was.
Why?
Why? I don't know, because that's what I do. When you're talking to people and you're selling yourself, you're selling yourself. You're on stage, you're trying to, tell them why what you're saying is what they should do.
Well, from my perspective, confidence is what I, and I believe a lot of other people,
Mhm.
need from a professional who is going to provide service to us.
Absolutely.
And so, as I was thinking through this script, I wouldn't change a thing about it, to be quite honest.
No,
I
awesome.
think you did an amazing job.
Oh,
I
thanks.
loved how you tied in. I mean, you really caught on to the fact that I was willing to hire a landscaper. And you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You're willing to hire a landscaper. You're willing to hire someone to change your oil. You're willing to hire someone to cut your hair, but you're not willing to hire someone to sell the most valuable asset that may ever be in your lifetime to sell your home. You're
I
willing
like
to
how you said that.
sacrifice.
I should have said that. I'm going to use that now.
It's true, right? You're willing to
Yeah.
sacrifice, an 800 to a million, 800,000 to $1 million deal and and complain a little bit over a little bit of money that you got to pay for something. I mean, that's a lot of money. If you go to the hair person and they charge you 20, $30 and they bought your hair, guess what? Your hair grows back. If they botched the real estate deal, man, that deal's not coming back.
Right.
I think you did a great job. I think you did a fantastic job. There's
Thanks.
not one thing that I would change about it. I love the confidence. And the confidence comes from practicing the scripts and dialogues every day, all
Yeah.
these different scenarios that we put ourselves through, you know, your personality in general, and just getting comfortable. You used the advanced techniques, which I loved. You used the magic words from exactly what to say. I think you did a great job. I really do. Let's go back and discuss this with the
You're
other
in front
people.
of me. That's why.
Look at that. You used open-minded. Don't worry. What else did you use?
I used just out of curiosity,
Yep.
and I used don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it.
It was great.
Good.
Let's go
Thank you.
back and see what the others came up with. So, Kevin, how'd you do?
It was. I think I did all right. Um, yeah, I think I did all right. Um, just need to work on just saying the right words. Not really flow, because the flow is kind of good. Just need to just take my time and just think about what I need to say before, I say it. That's that's pretty much what I got from it.
Okay, good. Debbie, how'd you guys do?
Yes. I think we did good. Kevin was really hesitant about willing to let an agent sell his home, but I finally got him to set up a meeting with me. So, but he went more with the bullet points, and I went more with uh, just like a natural flow of how I would normally talk with people. So.
Right. Okay. Emily and I, or Emily, did an amazing job. And there was a few things that I feel like are worth repeating here just so that everybody can hear it. One of the things, so, you drive by, you see the sign, you stop, you get out, you have to do a couple of icebreakers just to get the conversation going. Did that great. I was a little bit more open because I'm a happy, lucky go guy. At the end of the day, I just want to put money in my pocket, period. And the only way that I could do that is not hire an agent. So I want to put 50 to 60 grand in my pocket, not hire an agent. And then we got to talking about, well, I want to buy a new house and I just don't want to do landscaping. I don't, the last 22 years, I have installed all this stuff. I've dug holes, I've moved rocks, I've done that. I don't want to do all that kind of stuff anymore. She says, you know what? No problem. I have this guy named Joe. He's a landscaper. He'll handle all that for you. Like, cool. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm in a position now financially that I can pay for that stuff. So she latches onto that immediately and says, wait a minute. Wait. You're willing to hire a landscaper to do that stuff for you? Darren, do you also go out and have someone change your oil, cut your hair, do other types of services that we pay for every single day? We put our trust in other professionals every single day. But in this case, with the for sale by owner, you're not putting your trust in an agent, a professional expert who is going to handle one of the most valuable assets in your lifetime. $700, $800, $900,000, $1 million plus. And you'd rather do that than hire an agent who can get you a lot more money than what you can do on your own because they are the professional. And I just thought that was beautifully said, how she got that and latched onto it and put it in my mind like, you're right. What was the other thing that we said? You said I'm going to use that. Forget what it was.
Oh, that the most valuable. You're willing to pay people to do other things, but this is the most valuable asset in your life. Why wouldn't you hire an expert to?
Yeah, exactly.
Do that.
The other thing is too, for example, when you hire a hairstylist to cut your hair and they botch your hair, the hair is going to grow back.
Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Most of the time, 98%
Most
of the time, your hair is going to grow back. But if you botch a real estate deal and you lose a lot of money with someone, you don't get to repeat the transaction. You have to keep on going unless if it's fixable. Sometimes it's not fixable because you've made a decision to just keep on going and that might botch the deal and you don't get to repeat it. So for sale by owners, low-hanging fruit for real estate, open house, low-hanging fruit. What else? Referrals, asking people for business. Anything else to add to this script? Anything we would change about this script?
I think I would, as an agent, say, oh, I didn't realize your house was for sale. I've been driving around. I have a client interested in this neighborhood, and I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions since it's not, I have no idea what the backyard or the inside looks like to see if it would meet my client's criteria.
So I'm curious, would you do that whether you have a client or not?
Yes.
Debbie.
Well,
At least she's honest.
Debbie,
hmm,
I'll pretend I'm the client. We can go together and then we'll split
okay.
the deal.
All right. Uh,
Well, here's the thing. In that scenario, because we are on a team too, there's other people who represent buyers. You could be representing the team that has buyers too in that scenario as well, and just asking
right.
questions. Our team has buyers, want to stop by, see if it's a good fit. I'm going to pass it along to our team and share that information there as well.
Right.
Simultaneously, would love to be a resource for you to help you sell your house, if not be your agent. Um, However, if you're a solo agent and you're operating by yourself, for me personally, I think that if you have a client, then yes. If you don't have a client, then just go in there with a different intent
Mm-hmm.
of
Right.
let me be a resource for you. Let me show you how I can help you. So,
Yes, and that's kind of what I did with Kevin. Um, would be to show him like what kind of exposure and foot traffic he would have instead of just someone possibly driving by and seeing his for sale by owner in his front yard.
right. And there's a lot of them still. There's a lot of for sale by owners out there still. All right,
Hmm.
well, that's it. All right, so that's the script. I hope that you found it very useful. To download the script, just go ahead and head over to realestatescriptspodcast.com. There'll be a link there for you to download the script. This podcast is for the purpose of education only, and it does not make any guarantees. We suggest you seek out the help of your broker, coach, or mentor for specific situations. Brought to you by Darren Tunstall at Repros, California DRE number 0185345.